Oh, hey guys, welcome back to the wonderful world of Yosh. And today we're going to be taking a look at a sweet little gadget that will allow you to take an HDMI signal, turn it into an Ethernet signal, run that Ethernet signal like down a decent amount of length, and then bring it back to an HDMI signal. And these are the little boxes that allow you to do it. These are the Cable Matters HDMI extender over Cat 6. Also works on Cat E, Cat 5e. And this is the transmitter and the receiver. So let's take a look at it. So I am now behind the camera, so I hope you guys can still hear me. But here's a little box. It's a little HDMI extender over Cat 6 is what it says right there. This is the receiver. This is the transmitter. It does matter which ones go where, so that's good to know. You get your power, and then you take your HDMI out. So this is the receiver. So let's start with the transmitter. So you got your power, so your DC in. It's going to focus. Aha. So you got your power in and your HDMI in. So this is what you're going to plug your source into, say like a laptop or a DVD player. And then you're going to plug an Ethernet cable into this end. And then that Ethernet cable is going to run all the way into here to that Ethernet cable. Bring it over here, plug that one in, give it some power right there, and HDMI out to like a projector, which would be the most known case in here, or a TV or whatever you want. And there you go. So let's show these puppies in action. And now they do say Cat 6 on them, but Cat 5e also works. Cat 6, they say, gives you about 300 feet. Cat 5e gives you about 125 feet. But I don't see why you guys can't use like an Ethernet coupler. And maybe you might have to like inject some like power into it or something like that, like a PoE coupler. I'm not really sure how all that works, but I could totally see them going farther than 300 feet without the signal like degrading. But that's what they say. So let's go ahead and see them in action. So a few more things that I kind of glossed over that's kind of cool. So if you buy one transmitter and like multiple receivers, you could actually have one input on the transmitter go to like 3 different receivers. So by using an Ethernet hub, which I have here in the center, you got my input, that will then take this signal and distribute it through these 3 Ethernet signals. So I could have, if I had another one of those, I could plug in another Ethernet cable and then pretend that I got multiple one of these. This is now doing the exact same thing that that thing was. It's a little diagram that I made. Oop. So you got your source of the laptop, and then you got the transmitter, so it's going to start sending the signal into an Ethernet switch, which will then distribute the signal through exact things like that. This has to be a dedicated Ethernet switch too. You can't be using like your Wi-Fi router. It has to be a dedicated one according to the website. So that's kind of neat. Another thing that I kind of glossed over earlier, on the transmitter and the receiver, so you got the power, you got a reset button, you got the HDMIs, and then you have this little thingy called the IR transmitter, IR receiver. So let's say you have you're using a home theater setup and you have a like a receiver, one of those big boxes that has like all your, so let's say you have you're using a dish TV remote. So you can hook up the IR receiver for the remote to the transmitter, and then that will shoot the transmitter remote control signal over the Ethernet to the receiver. So you could use your remote for your TV at this end, and the signal will go back to this end, and that's kind of cool. So it's like a little IR transmitter thing as well as an HDMI thing. So that's cool. So let's actually see this thing work now. Okay guys, so here's the rundown. We have my laptop here. There's nothing plugged in except for this HDMI cable coming out. My laptop, and I want to get my laptop onto this screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the transmitter. I'm going to plug the transmitter HDMI in right there. And then I'm going to take my power cable. I'm going to unwrap it. I'm going to plug it in. And I'm going to plug it in on this side. And then I'm going to take my HDMI cable, and you guys can see the power light turned on. Take my HDMI cable, or my Ethernet, take my Ethernet cable, plug it in there. And this is only a Cat 5e Ethernet cable, so this will prove that you don't have to have Cat 6 for it to work. Cat 6 just extends the length. Take the other end of my Ethernet cable, plug it into this box. Take my power cable, unwrap it. Plug my power cable into the power strip. plug my power into the box, take my Ethernet cable, plug that in right there, and now we got to figure out how to turn this TV on. I borrowed this TV from someone else. Power? 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 Ah, I see a light. Ah, there we go. HDMI 2. Aha, look at that. See, there's my computer. So, there's my mouse. Where's my mouse at? Let's see if I can drag this screen over there. There we go. There we go. That was kind of cool. I did not know you could do that with Microsoft Edge. Look at that. So there you go. So HDMI into this box, over Ethernet to this box. Cat 6 will extend the length, and I've used this in professional environment, quote unquote professional environments. I've used it at my job, and I've never had an issue with it. It's never gone out during a performance. It's always rock solid, and it's a really nice way where if Ethernet infrastructure is already ran, it's a really nice way to do that. And what I would really love to see is someone to try this using what's that thing called? The Ethernet where it runs over the power line. If someone uses a power line adapter with this, that'd be really cool. And now, because it's Ethernet, I imagine there's some way to make this wireless too, with like a wireless router. That'd be kind of as cool as well. But wireless, you get kind of iffy with wireless. So this is cool. It works. This thing's about, I think it's like $80 on Amazon. Let me check. This exact kit, actually, a kit that includes more stuff than this, but it comes with 2 HDMI cables, is $89.99 on Amazon. Highly recommend it. If you're going to use it, it's awesome. Ethernet, it's awesome. I like it. Totally worth the price. And it works. So there you go. Cool. Latency is very, very, very minimum, if any. Awesome. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. A little quick gadget tip.